What's up, you guys? So week one of the NFL season is in the books. Whew. A lot of crazy things happening. We got lots to talk about. This is going to be coming out every Tuesday, so look out for this. This is another Madden Ultimate Team video. I'm going up against this dude, and here he goes again. It seems like every Ultimate Team game always starts off with me kicking the ball to them, and I'm almost returning it for a touchdown. But I'm going up against this guy. Now, I still have not gotten Mario Williams, but still people making plays. You see Lance Briggs going in there and making the play. Now, this guy was really into the hurry-up offense. He really liked the hurry-up offense. He thought that he could catch me off guard. But really what I did was I just kept calling that cover 2, cover 3, and possibly man coverage. And, really kind of stopping it. But here you see that he found the gap, and unfortunately, we are not able to get to him before he crosses the 30 and gets into field goal range. And then, again, he's in the hurry-up offense. So, as you guys are watching this, definitely, look at my skills here, as you guys will see, and I'll come back to the gameplay, but I really, the captain, baby. No, that was actually Brown, but hey, you know what, the captain would have gotten it anyways. Okay, so let's talk about week one, and again, you guys comment down below if your team won or if your team lost, and your first reactions to week one. A lot of big stuff happened, but let's talk about my team, the Chicago Bears v. Cincinnati. Jay Cutler played pretty well. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and 242 yards. And what's surprising to me, well, not really surprising, but what I like to see is the secondary actually played really well in this game. Tillman had 2 picks, and they weren't like, well, one of them may have been a bogus pick because the pass was dropped, but one of them was a legitimate pick, and that's something that they did last season. Was the defense got a lot of turnovers. That's one of the reasons why we won, is because the defense would really pick up the slack. They'd turn the ball over, give our offense good field position, and then we would score some points. So I like seeing that this time. And plus, hey, you know what? We're in first place, and we got the best record in the league. So I'm just saying, as well as other people, but still, the Bears, as you guys see, we get a touchdown. We still have the best record in the league. Let's talk about someone who was on my fantasy team, you guys, who helped me win my fantasy week, baby. And that is Reggie Bush. He absolutely went crazy. Not in terms of rushing yards. His rushing yards were okay. 90 yards rushing. But really the receiving. 101 receiving yards as Detroit beat Minnesota. So that was real cool. And if Reggie Bush can keep this up, that would be amazing. But I know that he's a little banged up. I know he's hurting. They're saying right now that he's going to play next in week 2. But again, you don't know. But that was a great pickup by me, man. All about my wisdom, you know. So that's awesome that Reggie Bush is doing that. But he just needs to calm that down when he goes up against the Bears, and then it'll be all right. All right. Another headline is Pittsburgh. Oh my gosh, Pittsburgh struggled so much against Tennessee. Tennessee is a team that is terrible. I'm sorry, Tennessee fans, but you guys should are like a 2-11 team, and Pittsburgh absolutely struggled. Ben Roethlisberger only 191 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. That's why I'm throwing the red flag at this point. You know, I'm in panic mode at this because Pittsburgh needs to win games that they need to win. And going up against Tennessee, God, you guys needed to win that game. It was hard for you. You guys were fighting till the end. But it really looked like you guys were outmatched by Tennessee. And maybe I'm wrong. I mean, maybe Tennessee is that good of a team, but I just don't think that that's the case. All right. A team that I'm going to talk about now is the Oakland Raiders. Raiders fans, the Raider Nation, the black hole, whatever you want to say, which is nasty to think about it. But they lost, but on the positive side, 12 Pryor played really well. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 217 passing yards, and 112 rushing yards. So in terms of excitement, as a Raider fan, if you are a Raiders fan, then you are very excited right now because you got Pryor, a guy who's kind of fitting that mold into the new quarterback. You know, where he can run, he can pass decently, and that's something you guys really need as a compliment to Darren McFadden to really get that going. Because Darren McFadden, let's be honest, he didn't have that good of a game yesterday. This past weekend, but you know, hopefully he can turn that around. Okay, now let's talk about the game that everyone is talking about, which is the Packers and the 49ers. Oh man, was this game crazy. There was a ton of tension, obviously, before when the Packers saying that they were going to get to Colin Kaepernick and hit him on the face and stuff like that. And then there was that play out of bounds with the 3rd down play, which was that was a bad call. And then they said, oh, well, this helped the 49ers win the game. I don't think that's true, because if you watch the game, you saw that the 49ers were actually kind of consistently dominating the Packers. Okay? Now, I know it's going to piss a lot of Packers fans off, but I really, truly feel that way. Rodgers had a good game. He had his 300-plus yards, his 3 touchdowns. You know, I mean, that's basically what you're going to get from Nelson and Cobb each had over 100 receiving yards, obviously, because Rodgers really spreads the ball around. But Colin Kaepernick, oh my gosh, I really wanted this guy to fail. As AP goes in for a touchdown and we increase the lead. I really wanted this guy to fail, but he just keeps on producing, man. 412 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and he is running the ball like it's no tomorrow. So he reminds me a lot of Michael Vick early on in his career, but he can pass better than Michael Vick early on in his career. So I don't know how anyone's going to stop the 49ers. It's going to be crazy to watch this team. And now, obviously, with Bolden getting in there and getting 208 receiving yards in the opening game, and everyone knowing that Bolden is the number 1 and he's still getting that 208 receiving yards, it's bad for everyone involved in that division and everyone involved in the NFC because anyone that goes up against the 49ers is going to be in big trouble. I don't see, at this point, the only team that I see being able to beat them is the Bears because the Bears are so good, but that could just be my bias talking. All right, again, I got 2 things to talk about before this wraps up really quickly, and if I didn't mention your team, I'm sorry, but you guys can write in the comments. Quickly, RG3, a guy who was on my team, didn't help me win. Well, he gave me some points, but I would have liked more. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 329 yards. Michael Vick played outstanding, 2 touchdowns and 203 yards. McCoy, 184 rushing yards. And then Jackson obviously helped with his over 100 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. Vick is going to play amazing. I don't think Vick is a bad quarterback. He can definitely play the game, and we saw it on Monday night. So that's great for him. RG3, man, you need to cut down on those turnovers. You need to get back into the form because right now you are getting outdone by Colin Kaepernick as the top quarterback, mobile quarterback in the game right now, which is not cool. And I know you're hurt. But you need to do well because you are a staple in my fantasy team right now. Quickly, the last thing we're going to talk about is the Pats and the Bills, the Patriots versus the Buffalo Bills. EJ Manuel made his debut. Everyone was so excited, and he passed for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. Grady doing his thing, 200-plus passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Surprisingly, the running game of the Patriots actually worked. 101 yards from Vereen, and as well Amendola. That whole Brady-Amendola connection really worked, but unfortunately he's hurt for next week, so I don't know how you guys are going to do that. Leave comments down below. As you guys can see, we won. Leave comments down below letting me know what your takeaways are from the first week of the NFL season. We will do this again Tuesday. Live 5-0. I'm out.